Good evening and welcome into a new week here on WBON TV Live at 5. Once again, filling in for Grin, I'm Michael Watkins, and today on Live at 5, we have a cool story of the first ever movie shot in Menifee County, multiple stories out of Lexington as crime continues to surge, the Richmond Police Department offers safety tips for hunters hitting the woods this week, and of course, the latest in local sports and weather. All that and more, but we start with a big story out of EKU. Tomorrow is a big day for Eastern Kentucky University as state, university, and local officials will be gathering for the groundbreaking of EKU's Aviation Flight Training Center, the only university-based flight program in the Commonwealth. The $25 million facility, funded by the General Assembly and signed into law by Governor Andy Beshear, will replace two outdated trailers that currently house the aviation program for the university at the airport. EKU's aviation program began in 1983 and has experienced unprecedented growth in the last 4 years, with a current enrollment of more than 460 students and a 100% job placement rate. The groundbreaking is set to take place at 10 a.m. in the morning and will go on rain or shine at the Central Kentucky Regional Airport at 124 Madison Airport Road here in Richmond. Speakers include EKU President David McFadden and Governor Andy Beshear. Senate President Robert Stivers and House Speaker David Meade have also been invited. We'll have more on this on tomorrow's newscast as well. Well, if you're a hunter, you're probably enjoying deer season here in Kentucky, but for motorists, those curious creatures can cause a major headache on the roadways. The cold temperatures in conjunction with deer hunting season can cause an uptick in deer and other animal sightings near paths they wouldn't normally cross. In a social media post made earlier today, the Richmond Police Department offered some safety tips on how to avoid collisions when the critters are out and about. To stay ahead of animals that may run out into the road, RPD suggests scanning road shoulders and tree lines for deer that may try to cross in front of you. Keep in mind that deer sometimes travel in groups, so remain cautious. If you see one deer cross, there may be more waiting to follow. RPD also recommends wearing your seatbelt and to obey the speed limit in case you need to make an abrupt stop. In the event you encounter a deer in the middle of the road, try not to panic. Instead, try to slow down and maintain control of your vehicle. If you do wind up hitting and injuring a deer, RPD urges you to call the Madison County Non-Emergency Dispatch so that first responders can assist you and clear the roadway. They may be small, but they can still have a big impact on local vegetation. And that's a big deal right now for the Madison County and Richmond Police Department. Be sure to check the Facebook page of the RPD if you would like to see the entire post. Well, an injury collision occurred near the campus of the University of Kentucky on Sunday, and according to LexRex, emergency crews were dispatched around 6:45 a.m. to the Nicholasville Road and Alumni Drive intersection to respond to a reported crash with injuries. Currently, the severity of the injuries is unknown, and reportedly, multiple lanes were closed as the crew cleared the scene. All roadways have since been reopened, and the UK Police Department is conducting an investigation. This is a developing story. We will bring you more updates as the information becomes available. Well, 3 people were hospitalized after a rollover crash in Somerset on Sunday. According to fire officials, the collision occurred at traffic light 16 and involved 3 vehicles. At the scene, emergency crews worked to assess the 3 patients, stabilize the cars, and clear the roadway. Somerset Pulaski EMS transported the 3 victims to a hospital. The cause of the collision has not been released, and again, as updates become available, we will have that here for you. And one person was killed and another injured during a shooting incident in Lexington on Saturday night. Police say the shooting occurred around 9 p.m. at the 1500 block of North Limestone near New Circle Road. At the scene, officers found one person later identified as 25-year-old Chance Gist, and he had been shot. Gist was taken to UK Medical Center Hospital, where officials say he died from his injuries. Additionally, police informed media partner LEX18 that a second person was found in connection to the shooting, but the severity of their injuries is currently unknown. An investigation is ongoing, and officials ask that if you have any information regarding the case, that you contact the Lexington Police at 859-258-3600. You can also submit anonymous tips to the Bluegrass Crime Stoppers at 859-253-2020. And once again, as more information becomes available, WBON TV will have that here for you. Well, mild conditions continue through tomorrow, and before we trend colder into the midweek, after a few round of showers and thunderstorms later tonight into Tuesday, we could see a few snowflakes headed our way later on this week. When we come back, we'll check in with Sam Ryan and get a better look at the forecast as we head through another week here in mid-November.
Are you considering a bathroom remodel? Think about this. Remodeling your bathroom without addressing the plumbing is like going to get a facelift when you need heart surgery. Plumbing is the heart of your home. At Fast Flow, we understand the importance of a well-functioning plumbing system. Our expert plumbers have years of experience in providing top-notch plumbing services. Don't just settle for a pretty face. Choose Fast Flow Plumbing before you remodel and keep your home's heart beating perfectly.
Call a pro at Fast Flow!
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Co-Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now Steel in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Hey everyone, Jeremy here with the Red Poppy. We're not your typical small business. We're a full floral and gift boutique, plus serve coffee and refreshers, and we have several food options as well. Stop by our convenient drive-thru on your way to work or let us deliver. Like us on Facebook and join us live at 5 each Friday where we give away great gifts. So far this year, we've given away a trip to Vegas, a trip for 4 to Disney World, and lots more. Come see us anytime and take advantage of our full menu at the Red Poppy, 5006 Atwood Drive, Suite 1 in Richmond.
Are you tired of the same food options when you're trying to decide what's for dinner? Let Mamoot Bar and Grill in Richmond ease that burden. Their one-of-a-kind menu offers fine Mexican options, plus burgers, a large selection of sandwiches and wraps, pasta, steaks, seafood, and a full list of appetizers. You can please everyone on your guest list with a trip to Mamoot Bar and Grill, located in Richmond at 2187 Lexington Road, across from Whitehall Elementary School. Back here on this Monday edition of Live at 5, and yesterday and today for that matter, felt like a heat wave compared to how the weekend began. With a look at the forecast as we inch closer to another holiday, let's check in with WBON TV's Sam Ryan.
Hi, thanks, Michael, and welcome, everybody. We have a lot of changes moving this way. For the week, we'll see first rain and thunderstorms tonight and into the first part of the day here on our Tuesday. A lot of cloud cover out here on our Monday. There's that whole area of storms off to our far west, so that moves in tomorrow. It will be breezy at times this week, and behind that first line, that is a cold front, we'll have the temperatures plummeting. In fact, it's going to turn cold, especially during the overnight. By Thursday, we'll have some intermittent showers, very light, not expecting much accumulation after this first line. And we could even see a few flakes of snow mixing in. That's how cold it's going to get. So by Thursday, we could have a few snowflakes. No impact, no accumulation, but we just might see some of those falling from the sky. So here we are into our Tuesday, though, still mild. Scattered showers and some thunderstorms into the early parts of the afternoon. Some lingering cloud cover out there, maybe a little morning fog on our Wednesday. And then once that clears, the temperatures begin to fall and the winds will pick up on Wednesday with the passage of that second cold front. So rainfall amounts will be around a half an inch, 0.4 of an inch to maybe a half an inch for our Tuesday. And then once things move out, still a chance of an intermittent shower out here going into Wednesday and Thursday. But we're really not expecting much accumulation. It's just on the northwest side. With this big upper low parked to our north. So looking at those winds, the strongest winds will be late Wednesday and again Thursday. They could be up to near 40 miles per hour. So forecast lows in the mid-50s out the door on our Tuesday morning. Plan ahead. We might have a wet commute out there. Daytime highs warming up to around 66. Plan on about a half an inch of rainfall with that system, and then intermittent showers with the potential of even a few flakes of snow by Thursday and overnight lows near freezing. Michael?
Thanks, Sam. Looks like the Friday night lights for Madison Central going to be much colder than it has been in the last few months. It's a good chance for us to remind you about how you can keep up to date with all the local weather forecast and everything that goes on here in Richmond and Madison County. Find the local weather every day online at WBONTV.com. You can also find us up to date on the WBON TV Facebook page as well. Well, the Lexington Police Department is currently investigating two different shots fired incidents. On November 3rd, investigators say an incident occurred in the early morning hours of November 3rd. On South Upper Street, a large crowd was reportedly attempting to leave the area near UK's campus when police arrived and gunfire could be heard. Detectives would like to question the people in these photos on your screen now to get more information about what happened that night. You can submit a tip for this investigation anonymously through Bluegrass Crime Stoppers by calling 859-253-2020 or online at bluegrasscrimestoppers.com. Police are also investigating a shooting that occurred on Sunday afternoon. Officers were dispatched at around 3 p.m. to the 300 block of Radcliffe Road in response to a reported shooting. At the scene, police say that witnesses saw two unknown people fire shots in their direction before fleeing the area. Officials report that nobody was hit by gunfire and no property was damaged. Police are currently searching for the suspects. No suspect information has yet been released, and we will bring you updates on these investigations once that information becomes available. Well, over the weekend, a young German Shepherd named Pup was recovering following a recent amputation. According to caretakers from Positive Change Matters Most Rescue, the emergency procedure which left the dog with 3 legs was performed and after he was shot from the previous weekend. Diane Atchison, a volunteer of the nonprofit rescue, said he didn't do anything wrong and someone did something very cruel to him. He deserves so much better. He deserves a chance at a good life. Although the identity of the shooter is unknown, Atchison says they're going to do everything possible to rehabilitate the canine. With medical expenses and rehab costing thousands of dollars, the rescue is asking for help, not only financially, but also to find a home for the dog. pup, Atchison said, needs a specialized medical foster who can care for and know exactly how to handle a dog like this. But there are not a lot of them. If you wish to donate, you can find out how on Positive Change Matters Most Rescue's Facebook page. If you feel you're able to foster, reach out to the rescue at the website positivechangemattersmost.org. Well, it was a big night for Madison Central football fans, and EKU got a win over the weekend as well. We'll recap the win for Madison Central and hear from their head coach on the other side in today's Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report.
Hey y'all, it's Sawyer.
And Gus and Petey.
From Hicks and Punson, Kentucky Lawyers.
Sawyer, can I ask you a question? If size matters, why did David beat Goliath?
That's because it's not the size of the dog in the fight that matters, it's the size of the fight in the dog. If you've been hurt in an accident and want local lawyers who will fight for you, call Mr. Josh Nydad yet.
Call 859-777-7000 or visit honestdealers.com.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
How do you protect your family during a disaster? Have a plan of action for tornadoes, floods, earthquakes, and for an incident at the Bluegrass Army Depot. Know what you will do and how you will contact each other. Having a plan helps to keep you calm and not panic. Visit EstleCountyEMA.com to get started today. Plan today for a safer tomorrow.
At the Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, we have activities galore, including video games, bowling, pool, delicious food at Champions, plus karaoke and live entertainment 7 days a week. Enjoy the climate-controlled patio, watch NFL football, and your Kentucky Wildcats all season long. The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, just off exit 87 at 1025 Amberley Way in Richmond.
At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, we make it our priority to deliver the gentle, compassionate care that you deserve from a dentist. Offering single-visit restoration on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with CERAC. Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry is equipped to handle all your dental needs, from surgical implant placement and restoration, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. And we now have the Cone Beam 3D technology for taking scans of the jaw. For your next dental appointment, call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
Are you looking for a brand new SUV that won't break the bank? Look no farther than Jack Burford Chevrolet, home of the newly redesigned 2024 Trax. Bigger, bolder, more refined, and starting under $25,000, the new Chevy Trax is really upped its game. Come see us at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond, or check us out at jackburford.com to see everything this new Trax has to offer.
Back here on Live at 5, and the Madison Southern football team had their season come to an end with a loss to Pulaski County on Friday. The Eastern Kentucky University football team needed overtime to knock off Austin Peay, which was another big win for the Colonels. And the Madison Central football team held off a ferocious comeback from Bryan Station on Friday to win 21-19 over the Defenders and to advance to the region championship game this Friday. Coach William Blair said that execution from his team was the reason why they were able to build a 21-0 lead and also why they were able to close out the victory.
They knew we wanted to run the ball and keep the ball out of the Bryan Station's hands at all time. And I said, hey, there's no reason to leave anything back in Richmond. Let's bring it all. And, and they wanted to. That was the feeling going into the game. That's what we had going on the sideline. And anytime that you're just moving the ball, doing what you're wanting to do, and you've got that positive and energy on the sideline, which is good. that was good for our kids. And to see talk them through a game plan, and it's a game plan that a lot of people don't understand, especially in this day and age where everybody's running 100 plays, and we're trying to slow people down from running that many plays.
When you talk about the offensive line, we can talk about Bryant and the run game, but it really starts up front. And I don't know if all year long those guys have gotten the credit that they deserve, opening up the holes and protecting Carson at times when they need to. But just talk about your offensive line, because they literally dominated that game on Friday night.
Well, the first thing about that offensive line is we've only got one senior, Will Sword, and so he's been that keystone to it all, to keeping these guys understanding that not get frustrated when you don't know what to do in week 1 and week 2, that you'll eventually get it. So he's done a great job on that. But we've got 4 linemen that are coming back, and then Lathan Core is doing a great job subbing in, and Tanner Milton when Burke was out. So this offensive line will be returning. They're all young. So this, for us, this was our JV line. If you really think about it, after losing those 4 other players in the summer, to moving out of town, out of state, and so forth. So this would have been our JV offensive line. And for what they've done, they've taken to this offense, which is suited for a smaller player. This wing T and option. The goal is, if we can't block you, we're going to either trap you or we're going to read you. And those guys, it just kind of clicked in the last 3 weeks. And we really saw it against Tate's Creek. And we were able to do some really good things, against Bryan Station in the beginning of the game. And as the course of the game went on, they started doing more stunts and things like that. But, that goes into the offensive game plan. We want them to start coming in and bust them on the outside with a pass when it matters.
Well, you did that. We'll get to that pass in a little bit, but talk about Corinthian Barnes. All year long, you've kind of mixed him in along with Davion and, obviously Bryant getting the bulk of the carries, but career high in yards, career high in carries as well for him, and a big performance on Friday when you really needed it, because it allowed you to kind of not really necessarily rest Bryant, but not wear him down so he can be out there on defense as well.
So what they did is they put an extra player opposite of Bryant, meaning, wherever Bryant was, if Bryant was on this side of the backfield, they put an opposite player of him. So they were loading up on one side opposite of him. And what we did was we came back with Corinthian, because we had the numbers, and attacking there to the lower number side. We just out leveraged them, and they'll line and blocks well. But with Corinthian, he had to understand that this job as a fullback is, you don't find a hole. There is no read like that zone or anything like that. You just go. And it started to work and click the last few weeks, just, as the season progressed and offense.
When you talk about the pass there late in the game, what were the conversations like in the huddle with you guys? Because you had early on in the game, there was a couple of different times where you lined up to go for it on 4th down, and then you lined up to punt, then you ran the fake punt. But this time you just ran out there, ran the play, and threw it to your best wide receiver who's made plays for you all year. So what were the conversations like in the huddle before you came out and went for it on that 4th down play?
Well, there was one conversation of running the option with Carson, and we knew that they would load the box on that. The other one was to go into the Wildcat and direct snap it to Mathis. That's one of those things, as a coach, you've done it for a while. Sometimes those don't work out because the center snaps it because he's got to get a block. The running back, he wants to take off before the ball gets there. So I marked that one out. And then, we said, guys, they put 9 in the box now. They got 1 safety and 1 corner. So let's do a sprint out, rollout. And Carson, if you can get it, go take it. Go run, get the first down. Or throw it to Cody on the comeback. Or if they don't cover Jackson, if they blitz that outside linebacker, Jackson will be open in the flats. And so what they did was they played that single coverage. He played off of him, and Cody did his comeback route. But
When inclement weather hits the greater Richmond area, you can count on Richmond's very own WBON TV9 news team. Continuing news team coverage of traffic alerts, power outages, road conditions, and traffic impacts like accidents or downed trees. Accurate forecast, watches and warnings, local cancellations and delays, and official information from Emergency Management and the National Weather Service. Be sure to like and follow WBON TV on Facebook for breaking news, alerts, watches, and warnings, and log on to WBONTV.com for all the news on your schedule. Count on WBON TV9 and our media partners 100.7 FM The Coyote for outstanding team coverage when you need it most. Thanks for watching Richmond's very own Channel 9.
And at the half, EKU leads state 21-7.
I love the way these look.
Thanks.
Yeah, go Colonels.
Is it here? Hey, Coach. It's right here, but shouldn't you be at the game?
Carry your favorite team with you everywhere you go with the new EKU branded debit card from CG Bank. No matter what season it is, always show your Colonel pride.
Has anyone seen Coach?
Heard the name Chenault Vineyards, but what do you know about it? Chenault Vineyards is a place for the community to enjoy. Central Kentucky's premier event and wedding destination with 5 event venues, full-service catering, over 13 varieties of wine, live music entertainment, seasonal food options, weekly themed Wednesday night out and girls night out, trivia, murder mystery date nights, and free yoga on the point with beautiful views. Everyone can find something to do at Chenault Vineyards. Want to know more? Follow them on Facebook and Instagram or plan your night out at ChenaultVineyards.com. It's that time of year when we are day and night driving with our kids all over. Your car never stops. At Amco Transmissions, we make sure to keep you rolling. We have the latest technology, certified technicians, and longest warranty to keep your vehicles running strong. We specialize in all foreign and domestic transmissions, drivetrain, or just general maintenance. Did you know at Amco the average customer saves $1,800 in comparison to the dealer? And Amco has a longer warranty. Come see us at Amco Transmission for the best service and the cheapest prices around. AA MCO.
If you love local sports, you'll love the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Join your host, Michael Watkins, and Samantha Burford as they cover sports news for the greater Madison County area. Get your local sports news every Monday night from 6 to 7 p.m. on WBON Channel 9 and on radio at Y92.5, V99.3, and WKXO Sports Radio 103.5. The Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show is also brought to you by Aero Auto Glass, Nuevo Vallarta, and Bishop Small Engine Repair.
Back here on Live at 5, and the first feature film ever shot in Menifee County is hitting the big screen soon. M30 Oxy is a suspenseful crime fiction set in Appalachia where the opioid epidemic turns a small town into chaos. The movie follows a kind-hearted drug dealer, a desperate couple, and a trapped nurse, all battling danger and the fight for survival. The movie has already garnered several awards and will be shown December 6th, 7th, and 8th, and 9th at the 10th Frame Cinemas in Mount Sterling. Showtimes to be announced. About to wrap things up here on Live at 5, I'll be heading over to Jack Burford Chevrolet for the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show tonight. We'll be joined by Samantha Burford, and we'll recap the big wins for EKU and Madison Central. We'll also be joined by EKU head football coach Walt Wells, and we'll hear the entirety of the interview with William Blair of Madison Central. That's all coming up in about 30 minutes or so be sure to hang back with us on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Thanks for watching Live at 5. Grin should be back with you tomorrow. Hopefully she will be, and we'll see you all then. Thanks for watching.